Hey y'all, it's Ghidorah here. I'm going to teach you how to make a custom logo music visualizer for yourself.
I'm returned.
This is going to be beginner friendly and pretty easy. You only need three things, and they're going to be your custom logo, of course. So you need to have custom logo. You're going to need to have Blender. I just downloaded the new Blender 4.1. So if you go to www.blender.org, download this, install it, just let it do its install, and this is where you're going to end up when you start a new one. And you also need to convert your custom logo into an SVG. So you just look up SVG converter, Adobe. Click that up and go to the Adobe deal, put your image in, and it'll do a whole bunch of boom, 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 a bunch of math, and it will spit out this monstrosity. All right, so we deleted the default cube. You're going to go to File, you're going to Import, you're going to Scalable Vector Graphics. You're again going to the downloads where you downloaded it, and you're just going to double click your logo. Now you may have a difficult logo like me and just come to this mess, and I'll show you how to clean it up real quick. You're going to shift select all the parts of your logo that you want to keep, and you're going to hit RX90 to bring it up. I'm just going to delete this mess here. Gone. And move you. You can move around with your middle mouse button. That'll kind of just rotate around. If you want to lock onto something specific, click it, select it, press period. It'll focus on that object. What we need to do is do the little cleanup on this G. So we're going to hit tab to go into edit mode. And I just realized I can't edit this like in curves because everything is a curve right now. So you need to right click, convert to mesh. And you are going to hit tab. You're going to see all the little points here. You're going to hit K, and you're going to slice. It's a terrible slice. And then click enter. That will make the appropriate selection. Actually, we're going to control Z that. That was not a good one. We're going to hit K. I'm going to zoom in here. And then press enter. And yeah, that looks way better. And now what I like to do is hit C, and this gives you just a really easy selecting circle. We need to deselect those because we don't want to delete any of that. And so we're just going to select all our little points here. If you click this, it'll help you get to the back, and then you see how there's little points back there. We want to click everything that's not a part of the G. We're going to delete all these vertices. And you can scroll with your mouse wheel to make it larger or smaller. I should have said that earlier, but I didn't. So all the vertices you don't want, just get them a good old selection. And we're going to delete vertices. And that's what we're left with. We're going to convert all of these just so it's easier to edit them. Convert to mesh. Now we can select all, hit tab, press A, and hit E to extrude. Give them all the same thickness. You can hit tab to get out. We're going to grab these, move them along the x-axis, so GX, and we're going to look at it however we want our camera to be positioned. I'm going to find some that looks good. You hit Control-Alt-0. That'll bring the camera. If you want to make sure things are centered, you can click this little camera borderline, go to the camera, go to viewport displays, compositional guides, and you're going to hit center. Now you have perfectly centered, and we're already selected on the camera, so you can just hit G, X to move it around. Click again, press GY, oh no, GZ, let's move it more center. And honestly, that looks fine to me, even though nothing's like right, but yeah, that looks fine. Hit Shift A, we're gonna add a light to the scene. You're gonna get an area, GZ to move it up. Now we want this light to focus on the logo. So you're going to click Shift A. We're going to create an empty. Plane axis is fine. Now we want to put that empty in the middle. So grab it with G, move it up with Z. And yeah, it looks pretty centered to me. Now we're going to click this light over here. We're going to add a constraint. The constraint is going to be called track 2. This will track, use this little eyedropper, click the empty. This will, now this light is constantly trying to look at that empty. It's tracking it. So we're going to use this as a little bit of a front light, and we'll Shift D, and we'll throw it to the back as a backlight. Now the backlight will be, we'll choose a red color, and we're gonna get out of this X-ray mode. So now we look through this. You can look through your camera by pressing 0 on your numpad. And this is the scene what we have right now. The reason everything's so bright is because our background needs to be turned. You click this world setting right here, you can go to the background and shut it down. Now, we're going to get rid of, you go to this object material button right here. I'm going to destroy that. We're going to add like more of a metallic gray. Honestly, like black is fine. That looks pretty good. You choose whatever colors you want. I mean, the world is your oyster. Honestly, it doesn't look bad like that, but so in order to link all these materials, because I don't want to do that with every single one, we're just going to select all of, I need to make that one object. I'm going to click that, join, Control J for those privy. I'm going to shift select all these. The last one in the selection is what's going to set everything. So you're going to hit Control L, link materials. Oh, better do that one too. Control L, link materials. What? That's weird. Control L, link materials. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to delete this one. All right, sweet. have a little light animation. Not yet. We have just this basic, like if you just want to make your logo. Yeah, that's cool. All right, now if you just want to render that, boom, you got that rendered and you can use it for whatever you want. But now we're going to add a little light animation. We're going to go out of the render preview. Now we need to animate this light in the background, giving us more intensity when the drums hit. So we're going to, now we're here, we're at the light properties, right? Click this little light bulb. I'm going to hit this animate property. Now we're going to up this screen right here. Look at that. We got a timeline. Right here is how you move. You can change all this screen into another window. From timeline, we're going to go to graph editor. And graph editor, you're going to click area. You're going to go make sure you're selected on this. And then I just hit period. And that will automatically kind of bring you in. Interesting. So once you click this guy, if we go to render preview, you'll notice. Oh, wait. Oh. Clear keyframes. I just realized I hit color and not power. It hit the power animate property. I'm like, it looks weird. What's going on? You want to click power. Now we're here at power, and you're going to go, here's the F curve. This is where you're at. You want to click modifiers, but we don't need to do that quite yet. Now that we're here, you want to make sure you're at 1, and we're going to go to channel, sound to samples. Now you need to find the drum bit that you have. You want to find the stems that you're using. I'm using drums to increase the intensity of the light. I think I may also use it for a little something else. But the main thing is to have those drums. And when you add the drums, the power is going to go way down. Microscopic. Hit period. That'll take you right to it. Instead of scrolling forever, I used to do it so much. So now if you look at this, though, the intensity is, it only gets up to milliwatts. Like you 1.6 watt, you can't even see it. So you need to add a modifier. You'll be at F curve. Make sure you're selected on this. Go to modifiers, add modifier, and you're going to go to cycles. No, you're not going to go to cycles. You're going to go to envelope. You're going to add a control point. You're going to increase the minimum, decrease the maximum. That's a little bit too much. So that's a lot. And you're going to then just move the reference up. In order to get it proper, usually if you hold shift, you can fine tune it. Boom. So now it gets really intense on the drum hits. All right, and now we can't hear anything. So to make it make more sense, you're gonna wait till you get the double arrow. You're gonna right click, horizontal split, go to the menu. We're going to go to video sequencer. We're going to add the sound that I'm using, which is it's just a little clip preview, but definitely add full song. Just you're gonna have to export the drums, and I told you, every time you import something, you want to be on the same keyframe. So, or we want to be at 1, because that's where we imported. To make it easier, I'm going to do vertical, horizontal split again, go to timeline, because that makes it super easy. You just click, boom, 1. Then we're going to add sound, the clip, and now it'll be perfect.
I'm returned.
All right. And very intense. And if that's all you want, you want to make sure all your settings are right. If you just want to export it as a video, do FFmpeg video, encoding, MPEG 4, and that should be fine. EV, yeah. All you have to do is those steps, and of course, stop and how far you want it. So if you see the clip technically ends, look, these X marks are your stop and start points. So that I would go to 330. This is all in these output settings. And
I'm returned.
so it could just be an easy loop. And then you would go to render animation. You want to change your output folder to like videos or something. And you save it as, you put the name right here, logo visualizer. And then you would click render animation. I want to do one more thing though. I want to animate a little bit of a blur, so like it's like a blur intensity. So how to do that, we're going to go to our camera. Honestly, I don't even think we need to do our camera, but maybe we do. Yeah, we do. All right, depth of field, focus on object, click our empty again. And if we look at our camera, so if we turn the f-stop down, it gets blurry. So that should be pretty easy to animate. So you click that. We're going to use the same technique we had before. Let's get rid of this. Join areas. Yeah. Oh no. That's fine. We'll go to timeline. Told you everything you want to do. You want to do it at 1. I'm not the smartest. So now we're going to go back to this graph editor. F-stop. Hit period. There we go. Boom. We're right to it. We're going to go to channel. We're going to sound to samples. We're going to add the drums. Press period again so we can go down to them. And then we're going to add another modifier. Envelope. Add a control point. And we're just going to flip this. That's how you do it. All right, so to flip it, you're going to change your control point like that. I've never done this before, so I'm just trying to figure it out. So probably shouldn't be doing a tutorial, but I knew it was here. So we're going to change the reference. And honestly, I bet that
I'm returned.
it's a little bit aggressive. Hold shift. We'll do it like that much. Let's go to the max. Yeah, that's what I thought. Gets way too much. So we're just gonna fine tune this. Like that.
I'm returned. I'm returned.
And then I am going to click render animation. Now let's see what it looks like.
I'm returned.